Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here with
Nike Fitness.
reactions. 2, right? Didn't you say that they put parentheses?
Well,
He keeps fucking with
Well, I
me.
mean, they did on YouTube recently with one of the new updates with them and Google.
All right. Well, I don't recognize that number, so I'm going to let it go to voicemail. What?
It might be the people with the bricks.
Well,
'Cause
they can leave a message.
Because they're out that way.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, anybody in Florida, but
That's the only people that we know.
I've been getting ones from Hawaii, from Des Moines, Iowa, and everything else, and they're all selling car insurance or car, warranty service and health. I mean, I ain't answering the damn phone.
No, and then they ask you about your student loans.
Right, I ain't been a
don't have any student loans.
Anyway, because they're fishing. Anyway, I'm actually about 30 minutes away from going to city council for the red brick house and keeping our fingers crossed.
And we're the only ones on the docket too.
Yeah. you gotta love small town America, because the city planner called me, not his secretary. He called me. He said, I forgot to send you an email to remind you about the meeting tonight. You're planning on being here, right? And I'm like, yeah. It's like I was changing, getting cleaned up for it now. I was like, oh, good. He said that we're the only thing on the docket. So hopefully we can get in and we can get right back out and get up the road, because tomorrow morning I get knee surgery, and I pray that it's better than what it is right now, because it hurts like a mother humper. But it's one of those crazy days because it's NFL silly season. You know that, right? We've got, players that are getting in trouble. Thank God they're none of the Cowboys, so that's why you don't really hear about it that much. Frank Clark gets arrested a second time. Who cares?
Yeah,
but,
if
Zeke Elliott picks his nose, it's like the worst thing in the world. The booger police are going to come out after him. But now, like Mike Greenberg has been on this Washington football team kick that, they're one of the best teams in the NFC and everything else. And the Cowboys, he's like, the Cowboys are going to be 8.5 and 8.5. Okay. All right, whatever. So all of a sudden now, there's a few people that are beginning to give the Cowboys some love. Jeff Darlington thinks they're going to go 12-5 and says, Dak Prescott, nobody survives losing their franchise quarterback and does well. He said just nobody. He's like, there's no team out there that's going to lose their starting quarterback and they're going to be great. He said not only that, you lose Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, Zach Martin, your offensive line is in flux, you've lost your quarterback. Basically he's saying you're ass. You can't sit there and blame Dak Prescott and the Cowboys organization for that season, because you just did not have the horses. And I have to agree, when you get to your 6th offensive tackle, bro, you got no chance. So Jeff Darlington, like I said, saying 12-5. Damian Woody is saying NFC East championship, and they could go all the way. It's like, no, don't put out there SB. Don't say that. Oh,
now you can say we'll win one playoff game. I'll give them that.
I'm just gonna say we win the NFC East. I'm not even gonna say we win a playoff game.
I would say one playoff game, but I wouldn't say Super Bowl.
Because here's the problem: expectations are the building blocks of resentment. When you're expected to do something and you don't, everybody's disappointed. It's kind of like this. When I build cabinets, if I tell people, hey man, I'll have your cabinets done in 4 weeks. And it takes 5 weeks to do it. Man, you said it was going to be 4 weeks, man. What's going on? If I tell you it's going to be 6 weeks and they're done in 5 weeks, guess what? I'm a hero. Because the expectations weren't there. They aren't anticipating it. It's kind of like, you remember the ketchup commercials where they say anticipation. They were like, you're making me wait. You got the ketchup and it's slowly running out the bottle, because they didn't know the Paul Alexander technique where you tap the 57. Yeah, Paul Alexander. Remember that coach? That's how he could tell if his offensive linemen were smart and if they could play football. If they knew to tap the 57 on the ketchup bottle. But see, what he didn't realize is everybody got squeeze bottles now. So I get, Damian Woody, on the Cowboys being and a few guys, and I get the typical haters that are hating on the Cowboys and things. But this scares me. This truly scares me is Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith talking about the Cowboys. He even thinks that they're going to win the NFC East.
Well, you know what he likes. You know what he likes when it comes to the holidays.
Well,
he wants us to be miserable.
We all know. Okay, in case you didn't know, remember how Stephen A. Smith used to say, "I hate the Cowboys. The Cowboys, I hate them." Right. You remember that, right? It was up until Joe Boo Sports Report, I exposed his ass. I exposed his ass at the Super Bowl at the NFL Commissioner's Party because he was hanging out with Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones. He was hugging all up on it. I was like, get a room, Stephen A., get a room. And I put it out there. I exposed Stephen. And after that, he started admitting, oh, I love Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. They're cool people. I love, the play. It's the fans I hate. Yeah, Stephen A., you hate me, don't you? You hate me, yeah. Because I remember when you tried to knock Joe Boo out, and that's a true story. He literally punched Joe Boo in the face. I'll have to find that clip from in Houston. He did. Literally, knocked Joe Boo on the ground. I should sue his ass for that anyway. I don't think statutes of limitation have run out. But I got to tell you, Stephen A. Smith should have a comedy show. Wasn't he funny? When he was talking about the woman coming up at the airport, said, he's at the airport and everything else, this woman pulls up, Stephen A. Smith, he said, like 71-year-old woman, said she come up to me and everything and says, how about them Cowboys? I was like, okay, that was pretty funny. But his whole spiel today was actually funny. But he still hopes that the Cowboys break a heart. Now, I'm going to put the clip on here. Now, what may happen is the YouTube police, the ESPN police may end up, blocking it. So if you don't get the clip on there, you can search the interweb for it. The interweb. Did I say the interweb? The internet for it, and you can check it out. But it was actually pretty funny. All right. We got 25 minutes. Should we go in early? Want to make sure we want to make sure that we don't get passed over. I'm Mark Holmes, of course, with Michael Anthony.
Fitness.
Reactions. Don't forget to check it out. And don't forget to check out my day job, because if this goes well, we'll be working on the Red Brick House, and we'll be bringing it on that other channel.
I despise Dallas Cowboys fans. It's not the Cowboys. Listen, Michael Irvin's a friend, and I loved Emmett and Michael Prime when he was there, Troy Aikman, the whole bit. And I love me some Jerry Jones as well, along with Stephen Jones. It's the Cowboys fans that are nauseating and disgusting. I can't stand any of them. They're the bane of my existence. And anytime they are miserable, I am happy, because I can't stand Cowboy fans. Young, old, black, white, Latino, I don't give a damn who they are. You're a Cowboy fan, I ain't fond of you. Okay, that's just the reality. But here's the thing that everybody's missing. The Dallas Cowboys, on many, many occasions, talent-wise and on paper, can have a lot of positive things said about them. I never told you they were scrubs. What I said was, what can go wrong will go wrong. And anytime there is an if attached to this organization, that if shows up to be the huge question mark that gets in their way right on time. You can book it. Somehow, some way, they are allergic to prosperity on the football field. They'll take it everywhere else. They'll steal headlines. They'll make news. They'll be interested. Right up until around the time that stuff is supposed to be manufactured on the football field, and they will come up short. It could be because of anything. Injuries. It could be because of off-field shenanigans. It could be because of the spotlight. It could be because of the new version of the White House in Dallas, Texas, that Keyshawn can tell y'all about. I don't give a damn what it is. It's somehow, some way, right when you need them to, they will fall on their face, and it'll happen again. It's 25 years and counting. I ain't miss a beat. They got 4 playoff wins in 25 years. I ain't worried about them.
I think they're going to be all right this year, though, Stephen A. I think they might be okay.
They're going to win the division. Hey, Keith, they're going to win the division, man.
Yeah, I think they might be okay this year. I think they might
be
win
the
okay.
Division. Well, let me say this. They're going to win the division, but here's the beauty. I hope Mike Tannenbaum keeps saying that. And I hope you and everybody else keep saying that. because then Dallas Cowboys fans' expectations will elevate significantly, and before they fall flat on their face. See, it's no fun. It's no fun when the Cowboys lose early, because then you run out of things to tease them about. It gets old. No. I want them to suffer. So if that means expectations because they're winning in September and October, so long as their holidays are ruined, I'm good.
Man, you stop being a Scrooge, man.